Being sick is the worst. The great news is we have some serious solutions for you. Our kids are about to go to school and they're gonna bring all the bugs back. Now here's the thing, do you wanna be that family that never gets sick, or do you wanna be the family that's sick all the time? Fun fact about me, my grandpa's a chiropractor, my uncle's a chiropractor. We lived a very healthy lifestyle in my family. I was never sick. So as a matter of fact, from the 7th grade to my senior year in high school, I did not miss a single day of school. That's right, and not a single day of school. Now that didn't mean that I didn't get sick from time to time, but I just never went all the way down where you wouldn't miss school, right? So how do you do that then, and then how do you do that now? Unfortunately, we don't live in the same world. Listen, we are getting super bugs that are being introduced from the Wuhan lab all the time that are dragging us down. Your kids, their immune system, the stress that they're under means that they're going to be getting sick more often. Now, research shows us that the more stress that we're under, the more vulnerable we are to being sick. So what do we do about it? Well, the beautiful part is that we have our structured nano silver. This is your best friend as a defense preventing you from being sick, or if you do get sick, to help you get well faster. So how does our structured nano silver work? Well, the structured nano silver, it's very important to understand that it doesn't hurt you. What an antibiotic does is poisons the bacteria in your body. Now you can't just say, all right, kids, we're gonna give you an antibiotic, a prophylactic antibiotic, and send you to school so you don't get sick. You can't do that. Why can't you do that? Because it's poison. What's in your antibiotic is gonna poison, and what it does is it kills all the flora in your gut. What you may or may not realize is that 80% of the digestion in your large intestine is because of the good bacteria in your gut. So if you kill all that bacteria, your body's no longer digesting properly. So I need you to hear this, parents. If you give your kids antibiotics, it takes about 18 months from one round of antibiotics to restore the flora in your gut. It's very important that every time we turn around, we don't just shove antibiotics at our kids. My sister's a pediatrician. She'll be the first one to tell you, we do not want to shove antibiotics on your kids. Listen, there may be a time or place for that, but that should not be an everyday occurrence. Now, the beautiful thing is that we've got you. The structured nano silver is basically the world's greatest antibiotic and antifungal, but it doesn't kill you. What this does has been proven to kill almost every virus and bacteria within about 15 minutes. So the good news about our silver, there's $20 million worth of research on this structured nano silver. All right, so Dr. Ben, so I've had colloidal silver before. What's the difference between colloidal silver and structured nano silver? Well, first of all, this is a colloidal silver. By definition, it is a colloid, but it is built very, very differently. Okay, so what antibiotics do, of course, we know that they poison your cell. What silver does, it's extremely positive ion, and it steals negative electrons out of the cell wall of bacteria in the belt of viruses. When it rips enough electrons out of the cell wall, then that bacteria is really susceptible to your body killing it, right? So remember, your body's still doing the work. Your white blood cells still kill the viruses and the bacteria. What this does is basically just shoots holes in the cell walls so that your body can do it just a little bit easier. Now, the cool part is it doesn't hurt your gut. Dr. Ben, how on earth would it not hurt your gut? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because viruses and bacteria only have 1 to 2 cell walls, and your good bacteria have 3 to 4 cell walls, so your body can't penetrate. Now, our silver is one of the only silvers on planet Earth that's been tested this way. It's a very unique silver. And what it does, it's been tested up to 40 parts per million, and it still doesn't hurt your gut flora. Our most concentrated version is 32 parts per million. So none of this is going to hurt your gut flora, but what it is going to do is it's going to ravish the viruses and the bacteria inside of your body, allowing you to be healthier. Now, what's different about this than a standard colloidal silver is a standard colloidal silver is just a random ion of silver floating around. It can only steal 1 electron out of the cell wall of a bacteria, and then it's just done. What this is a structured nano silver. It looks like a little pyramid. It's called Ag404. And what that does is it comes in these little 30 to 50 nanometer balls of silver that can steal up to 20,000 electrons per silver particle. So what does that mean for you and your family? Well, I'll tell you what it means. Is if you got something funky on your arm, whether it is MRSA, whether it is a weird fungus, whether it is a bacteria, whatever it is, you take this gel and you smear it on there, And research shows that this will kill MRSA in 15 minutes in a Petri dish. And research shows that when you put it on your skin, it will heal that up rapidly. Very cool for your skin. So what your kids could do in real life is what we do with our kids is they just take this and they put a little bit of that on their hands for sanitization, right? So rather than doing a sanitizer all day long, you do a little squirt of this bad boy, and what that'll do is that'll give you about 3 to 4 hours worth of protection. So they can do a little squirt before they go to school, a little squirt at lunch, they're protected from viruses and bacteria being able to cling to their hands, which is step 1. Step 2 is what are we going to do on the inside? Well, that's where the liquid nano silver comes into play. So what we generally ask is all of our patients, when you come in here, is we want to do 1 to 2 capfuls of this 10 parts per million until you've drank the whole bottle. So 1 to 2 capfuls per day until the whole bottle is gone. Okay? What that's going to do is it's going to help in your gut kill those latent viruses and bacteria, things that you've been picking up and hanging on to for a long time. That's going to help take out your leaky gut and your overgrowth of candida. It's the greatest thing. There's no adverse effects of silver. All it's going to do is do a really good job of cleaning out their gut. That's why silver is so powerful. And just to give you the little power of this silver, you can take a capful of that silver. If you have pink eye, it'll kill pink eye in like 2 to 3 hours. It's incredible. Right, it's the only thing like it on planet Earth. There's $20 million worth of research that's been on for 23 years. And Wells Silver Defense, we have the distribution rights for all of natural healthcare to sell it. It's the coolest thing. Now, okay, you got behind the ball, kids got sick, either you didn't give them your silver or who knows, man, they just got sick. It happens. Even when you do the right things, your body still, we live in a real world where you're going to get bombarded with viruses and bacteria. Okay, so your kids get sick. We need to figure out what kind of sickness we have. Now, the beautiful part is this, it's both good for viruses and bacteria. So we don't really need to go get some big tests of viruses and bacteria. If you suspect that your child has strep throat, don't freak out. It's not a big deal. What you want to do is get the 32 parts per million and give your child a capful, and then they're going, or a swigful, it doesn't even matter, gargle it and swallow it. Immediately, their throat's going to feel better. It's the wildest thing. Because remember, this kills on contact. So an antibiotic is going to poison your bacteria's children, right? This is going to kill the bacteria that are in your kid's throat. Gargle it, swallow it. You're going to do this about 3 to 7 times per day. If my kid had active strep throat, dude, it's as many times as we're going to hit it. And what's going to happen is you're going to kill that bacteria in the throat, and you're going to find that your kid, if they have strep throat, they're going to be better faster than you've ever seen your child get better from strep throat. If you feel like your throat is getting sore and scratchy, preventative, gargle and swallow. I do this all the time. So this is going to shock you about me, but I talk a lot. So I will go and I'll do my, when I go tour offices, I'll talk generally for 8 to 12 hours in a day. You can't talk 12 hours a day and your throat not just be raw. So what I'll do is I'll be from place to place. I got my Silverite in the cup holder. I'll take a swig, gargle it, swallow it. And the next day I wake up as if my throat never hurt at all, right? It's the most incredible thing. So that's what you do with strep throat. That's the most common thing. So the second most common thing is your kid's gonna get the lung crud. So what are you gonna do about the lung crud? Well, same situation. We're gonna take the 32 parts per million. We're gonna swallow it. I'm always having my kids gargle it and swallow it because why not clean out your throat? Gargle it and swallow it. Now this is very unique. You can nebulize this. What a nebulizer is, you can buy it on Amazon. You can buy at Walmart for $30 to $40. What a nebulizer is going to do is basically turn it into a vapor, and you breathe it. And what you can do is you take this 32 parts per million, you do not dilute it at all, you put it right in your nebulizer. You're only going to use about 5 milliliters of it, which is a very small amount. It's going to vaporize it. You can breathe it. What about if your kid's 18 months old and your kid can't have this mask? What you're going to do is just going to put it close to your kid, and they're just going to breathe that in. It's the most incredible antibiotic, antiviral on planet Earth. It's going to help your kids. Now, of course, remember, if kids get sick, we are not the kind of office that when you get sick, you go away from. We're the kind of office when you get sick, you come in here and you get adjusted. Because the number one thing that's going to boost your immune system is a powerful chiropractic adjustment where we stimulate your nervous system each time we adjust your child. Specifically, we're going to get their neck adjusted and their low back, because that's going to be where the majority of your immune system function is happening, is those nerves.